Back at it again. Back in a BeamNG career mode. I actually recorded this video a while ago, but I never got around to editing it, so now I have to. In the last video, I had bought a van. It was a piece of crap, and then I crashed it. Now I got it fixed. Now what I just did there was an unnecessary walk from the regular garage to the commercial garage. I'm not exactly sure why I thought that would be a good idea, but I mean, I did it, and then I crashed. But no damage was done, so I didn't really care. Today, I want to be able to make enough money to get the van to a point where I can haul things reliably enough without scraping all over the ground. I feel like that would be probably beneficial for the van. So I head to the construction site, and I load it up all the way. And obviously, that's what it does. Not to mention, you can see the temp climbing, and those two issues combined can put a significant amount of stress on that van, and I don't really care about the van. I bought it for like 2,500 bucks, and it's got a 6PT Cummins in it, and it's got like a lot of miles. I mean, I say a lot of miles, but it hasn't even hit 100,000 yet. But the van's not worth anything. I don't really care about it. It's kind of just become a tool rather than something of value. And at this point, it's pretty much just going to be rinse and repeat until I'm pretty sure I have enough money to perform the surgery. Another thing, this thing absolutely siphons down fuel, like, unlike anything I'd ever seen. I mean, I've been driving the van like the other van, non-stop for like 7 videos, and I've used half a tank, and this thing, I think I use it for 2, and it goes through half a tank. So this thing, not very good on fuel, but it makes me a lot of money, so I don't care. If you take a look at the temperature down in the corner, you'll notice that it is getting very, very toasty. And I don't really like to push it anything beyond when the temperature gauge turns red. Anything below that, it doesn't really matter, but really once it starts to get red, that's a problem. And even then, when it like kind of hits the red, but it doesn't go like beyond the meter, it's not too bad, but I'd prefer not to have a situation where I blow the motor. Because that'd be bad, and that'd cost a lot of money. There you go, now it's starting to turn red, but it doesn't matter, because I have already transported as much soil as I possibly can from the construction site. So, I'm going to boogie it back on down to the commercial garage and get this thing the upgrades it so very much needs. So luckily it isn't damaged, and I can put a couple things in it. So I decided to go with the high-performance radiator, the ultra heavy-duty rear springs, and then for rear shocks, I only go heavy-duty. I didn't feel like I was going to be carrying that much weight. And then the front coilovers, I throw in some heavy-duty ones. And then just for fun, I throw on the old paint, and it doesn't cost anything. Kind of matches the vibe, too. Like on those gray spots, kind of looks like an unpainted body filler, which is kind of cool. So now this thing is pretty much ready to start making cash. I try and look around, see if there's anything else that will take soil, but there's really not much in the city. In terms of delivery, it's only cargo, not necessarily soil. And that's the thing. Cargo, you can move an abysmal amount of it, but it's never going to amount to a significant amount of money, and it's going to take you a ridiculously long amount of time. Soil, you can move an okay amount of it and make a ton of money, but you run out really, really quick. And if you plan the routes okay, it doesn't take you that long. So here with the new suspension, it works fantastic, but it has a bit of an issue. When you're not loaded, it is the most uncomfortable, unconventional, and worst ride, period. It just rides like garbage when, it just rides like garbage, period. So now I kind of want to go down to, Spearleaf, and I want to see what we can get for transporting liquids, because there's a lot of liquids you can transport down there, but I want to see if any of them pay more than just regular soil, because then maybe I could buy another truck or put IBC totes in the back of that van. The Soliad van kind of isn't necessarily needed anymore. I'm only keeping it because kind of first car nostalgia. It's not really needed. It's unreliable. It served its purpose. Road rage. But yeah, I don't really need it anymore. I'll just keep it because I feel like it. Maybe it'll come in handy at some point down the road. And no, there's not really any soil I can move down here. Obviously, it's a pier. And I didn't see any liquids I could move either. So I decided to bang on down to Ye Old Spearleaf Refinery. I'm not sure why my driving is so bad, but the tires just decided to stop working. And I think in the process, I had damaged my oil pan. Notice the oil light down in the corner flickering on and off. I love this thing. This thing is just such a great car. I move on down and I find a couple liquids I can transport over here. And they don't pay nearly as well as soil, but it's not bad enough to the point where it's probably worth it. And that's when I realized I left my van at the burger parking lot, so I couldn't taxi myself to it. So now I did have to take the van all the way back home. I was just gonna tow it back, but that cost money, and I didn't really care about this thing anyway. So if the connecting rod bearings went, who cares? Back at the burger place, I can check out my beautiful two vans. Okay, beautiful might be a bit of an overstatement, but I mean, you know. I don't know why I'm waiting at the stoplight here. There's no camera, and I could totally just blow right past that guy, but I guess I felt generous. Decide to load up, and I could probably do a couple more loads as they've restocked some of their soil. Even fully loaded, this thing really doesn't drive very pleasant. It skids all over the place, and that can be kind of risky. I mean, you could very much swing into oncoming traffic and really screw up the rear end on this truck, and that'd be pretty bad. So now at this point, I kind of have a bit of an idea. There's a second construction site within the city, and I want to see if I can get aggregate from there. And I find it, but there is no aggregate I can take, which is unfortunate. Kind of feels like a missed opportunity. Totally just realized I'm going the wrong way, so I bang a U-way in the middle of the road and work my way back up to the commercial garage. Also, at the beginning, I said that I wasn't going to do any mods. How'd that work out? Didn't work out too well, did it? So now I'm back here because I want to look for something specific. I want to look for a trailer. The reason I want to look for a trailer is I can put 2 cargo boxes on it, and 2 more cargo boxes doubles my money of about $900 per load, which can bring me up to, I believe, $1,700. And $1,700 a load, that's up there. Now, I had tried moving trailers before. That was a terrifically bad idea, and I regret every second of it. But my idea is, maybe this time around I can make money? I think I made like no more than $50 like a piece moving trailers. I moved 1 trailer, I think, with the hopper. And I said, nope, I don't like it. And I sold the hopper. Full load up with gravel. Well, the thing is here, when you go to the quarry, I almost dumped it in the water, you pretty much have to just bring it wherever you please. And it's the same at the construction site, but you can always just bring it to Seal Brick, which is literally just down the street. And Seal Brick will take more soil than I will ever be able to supply. But all of the places around the quarry all have a limited amount they can take. So I'm going to take it to the dirt track here, but the dirt track can only take so much dirt. They're not like Seal Brick, where you can just hand them dirt over dirt over dirt over dirt, and they don't care. They'll just keep paying you. That was a very good little skid there. So, I dropped off a bunch of dirt, but I still had a bunch with me. So, I didn't know where to bring it. Also, when I enter the skid zones, it changes to my normal gameplay UI. I don't know why it does that, but it means you can also see the J-beam down in the corner. The front suspension's taking a bit of a toll. And this thing handles really bad. You did this, you spin out. I mean, it also probably doesn't help that I fly through every corner and do dumb stuff like that. So I was able to drop off the rest of the aggregate. And that'll pretty much do it for this video. Maybe next time I'll get a trailer. Actually, I will. I gotta learn how to drive.